Mount Panorama, Bathurst. 3.9 miles of breathtaking, unforgiving, mountainous racetrack in New South Wales, Australia. There's nothing like it anywhere else on Earth. You need to be sensible. You need to have total commitment. You must battle the track, the car, and your competitors all the way up the hill, dance it back down again, and do it consistently lap after lap without hesitation for the duration of the race. It's round 3 of the GT3 Pint Series, presented to you by New World Sim Racing. Now over to our hosts, Joey Uh-oh SpaghettiOs Spaghetti and Faris Arrive and Drive Saeed.
You say uh-oh spaghetti? Did we just get Milo'd without him even being in the booth?
I got no words. Oh wow, I'm on the wrong car. Hi guys. Yeah. So that was Milo. Milo giving us a good overview of what we're gonna be working with today. Yeah. Lovely intro by the boys. I gotta give a thumbs up and a shout out to Barrett and to Milo for giving us that one. I love it.
Sure. Oh, that was so good. I'm glad I turned up the sound for that one.
So Joey was not aware about it. Just so you guys know.
100% real reactions here.
Well, here we are. It's Bathurst, like Milo said. What are we looking at? Adam Henry. So bronze drivers currently out on track, getting their qualifiers in. Adam Henry puts the first lap. Where is Leite? Leite is in the pits. He should be running in 5 minutes. He should be getting out for his qualifying. His 10 minutes of qualifying. Our first laps are coming in. Also, I just want to say, it's Faris Arrive and Drive Sadie, but I'm sitting here in the booth. I'm not driving.
But you are arriving.
I am arriving. Oh boy. So we got a moist Bathurst today.
Mm-hmm. Very moist.
It is very moist. I am the ultimate arriving driver.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh boy.
By the way, Chris Turner, we are looking for a possible emergency sub-in for if Nick Alvarado does not get his pedals fixed next week. Paul Cantea said you might be interested. Thoughts?
So that is the ultimate arrive and drive.
Arrive and drive Nord's 24 hours.
Right. So all our 24-hour arrive and drive. Of our bronze drivers that are currently out on track, so we got this week. What do we have? We have, it looks like 8 drivers in bronze. Bronze and initiation. I think 1 or 2 drivers have not been classified yet. We'll decide on them post this race. Carson Bungie currently leading the bronze class with a 2:13.2 and really improving on his lap time. Ryan's fancy new livery. Are you talking about Ryan Wampler?
Oh yeah, Ryan Wampler did get a brand new livery.
Yeah, Ryan Wampler.
That he found apparently on race departments.
Yeah, Carson might split a bunch of silvers, and as we do see, he has put in a 2:12.2. So a really good lap time here.
Yeah, Carson put in a lot of practice this week. I believe, if I was hearing correctly throughout the week, he was getting coaching from Tiago Alves, one of the goated coaches in our community.
One of the graded coaches. I mean, Tiago.
Only available for selected tracks though.
I know he's hearing this as well. I bet if
Oh,
I
no.
if I switched his car, we'd see him just flashing. Yeah, so I really don't know what to expect today. This is gonna be a little bit terrifying here. We have 39 drivers on track for today, as of right now. Ooh, and as we're looking there, Carson just eats the wall, and I guess that's going to be the end of his qualifying. He's not going to have enough time to do another outlap and come back on track. So, of the drivers that are going to be passing now, we have Wampler, who is setting his first valid lap. 3 seconds off of Bungay. 39 drivers, guys. On the moist Bathurst.
Yes, Chris, he has learned how to say sorry in 3 different languages now.
I just got it. I read it. I didn't think anything of it. Oh god. Who else has not put in valid lap over drivers on track right now? So we have Alvarez, who's not going out. Alvarez, who is sitting in the pits. We have Charlie King. I said Chris King, who is currently on his first valid lap, so he's only going to have one more attempt after this one, possibly. And we have Jameson Cusworth, who's right behind him, who also will have to either, looks like he's going to have to back off this lap. Unless that was King just yielding position.
So Wampler currently up 3/10, coming over the top of the mountain, heading into the downhill section. Looks like has a lot of time sitting in the downhill section here.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Hopefully he gets a good exit here out of the forced elbow, which is key.
And it looks like he almost grazed the wall there.
Almost, but he is gaining. So nice exit, pushing it to the limit here on the mountain. And currently 8/10 up.
So 8/10 up. We have Jameson Cusworth and Charlie King, who are about to put in their first valid laps. Let's follow them and see. Oh, we do have a disqualification for qualification today. So Jameson Cusworth puts himself in P2. Charlie King, a very slow lap for him. I wonder if he's just nursing that car around, making sure that he can survive, and that's going to be the end of qualifying for him. Our other drivers on track still.
And Wampler coming in second up, and he's going to jump Conley, so he will finish P3 in qualifying for the bronze class.
Wampler, yes. I don't think King is aware that he should be ending now. Someone should message him. So that is our final driver in the bronze class currently that is still on track on a valid lap.
Now this is when things are going to get interesting. Just from hearing these boys complain about each other's lap pace all week in Discord, literally all week. It sounds like Victor has found another gear, especially with the Lambo buffs. It look Joby's been practicing a lot this week. Who else was there?
So I've seen Milo on the practice server a lot. Joby. I have seen Michael on the practice server quite a bit. Michael, who is their first driver on track. I do see also Jameson Cusworth on track still. Somebody's gonna want to message him to go straight
Ryan
into the pits.
or one of the boys, he is off by 4 seconds at least. So
wonder if he's just going to try and practice pit entry. But for our other drivers on track, Michael Luki on the first hot lap. So as we see on the track map there, all the drivers starting to slow down.
hopefully we don't have an Pro Esports fiasco like happened last week.
What was that?
When Boothby dislocated his finger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Not good. Not good. Yeah, so Cosworth was practicing an in-lap. That is fine. And now all the silvers get to do their flying. Who do you think is going to come up on top?
Victor.
Victor?
I believe. You gotta believe in your lawyer sometimes, you know?
What, have you done something wrong?
Exactly. So. You gotta believe that he'll get you out of it.
A lot of... Thank you for the follow. Hardex. Victor, one of the 3 Lambos. You have faith in Milo. I do as well. He's been practicing quite a bit.
Rumors have it Milo is going to be adopting a new puppy soon. He will be housing Paul Canteo's puppy. This was basically confirmed on his stream last night, and trust the man who's known as the king of misinformation that I am telling you the truth.
Stop spreading misinformation. Wow. Wow. Lovely. So, as the first driver to put in a valid silver lap time, fake news.
Fake news.
Let's see what kind of lap times the silvers bring out here. Like a Loki to cross the line with a 2:09.5, already almost 2 seconds quicker than our silvers, and he's immediately going to go into the pits and I guess change his setup. Jeremy Story, 1 second off in that Ferrari. Ryan Cody puts himself in between Bungie and Cosworth. Paul Miles also crossing the line, about 7.5 tenths off of Michael Lukey's time, but the best sector 1 currently.
Dylan Sauer put it in his first lap. That was about 500ths off of Ryan Cody's time. Max Diggs closing up behind them as well, about 5 tenths off. It's going to be interesting, though. It's a wet race, right? So, like, you can do as much practice trying to keep the car alive in a practice server, but when it comes to race time, it can get tricky. I know that some of the boys were doing, like, practice races and bullying Luis and Victor a lot, but it can definitely be the difference.
Carson says he loves having the pole position until everyone else does their laps. That's part of the reason why we do this. You get to see a little easier who's actually first in their class. And
pit lane report. Ryan told Milo he can go ahead, but Milo is streaming and didn't hear him. So let's see how that pans out. Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of Milo, we're on board with him, or watching him currently, but he's right behind. Who's that? That is Barrett.
It's Ryan. No, it's Ryan. That's the thing.
That's Ryan. Oh, that's Ryan.
That Milo can go by, but Milo didn't hear him because he's streaming.
Oh,
so he's muted. So
I thought that was Barrett. I'm still confused, man, by the Nissans. I know it's Ryan. It's almost
Carson's last name correctly, asshole.
Bungay?
Bungay.
I'm so sorry. I'm the butcher of names.
There's not even an
I don't mean
there,
it.
Dude.
I don't know, man. I'm really bad at this.
You trash, bro.
So Milo currently improving on his lap time, 3 tenths, and Ryan is going to move over to let him pass as he gets his lap time in.
Now him slowing down right there. Ryan should have done that going down into the chase or something, unless he really liked that past lap time.
No, I think Ryan was trying to get his lap time in because it was a good one. Ryan was improving on his lap time. Yeah. But he's just gonna have enough time for another fast one right after this. He's already lost 2 seconds from that. And
Chris, are you talking about Jorg Jorgensen? The goated Jorg Jorgensen?
And I do want to say we have a new driver on the grid today. Kelvin Lau. So he is a buddy of Max Diggs, if I remember correctly. And currently second in silver. So we have a new contender for the lead. Jan Jurgensen. That's a good livery too. Cute. What do we have on track? So from our other drivers, Jared Seckham currently improving 6/10 on his lap time halfway through the lap. Dylan Beveridge also 6/10 and halfway through the lap. It looks like this Skyline, these S's after Skyline are going to be a bit difficult. I've done a little bit of practice and it's a bit scary trying to go down there in the wet.
You did practice?
Well, I mean, I did a little bit of driving, not practice. I'm not even practicing for anything. Just driving to set some times. Victor Leachy, 6/10 out on his lap, and he is entering the mountain death zone.
Yes, because we know turn names. We got this.
Oh yeah, it's not like I have, where is it, a track map.
Yeah, Tiago 100% sandbagging. You know, the added weight will help keep his car a little bit more stable.
There it is. See, we have the track names. So it was while entering, what was that, Reed Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reed Park. I totally knew that. Let's go back to the game scene.
Yeah, obviously.
I totally knew that. Not a problem at all.
We knew that, like I know lap times.
And he has butchered his lap time, Victor, so I guess he might have one last attempt to get his lap time check.
I believe so. He should be able to.
He has 20 seconds left on the lap.
Close.
It's going to be
It's
very
actually
close.
Really close.
He is up 5/10 now, so a lot of time to be found there by Victor.
I think it's that sandbag decal on his car.
Yeah, I think so. Did he hit it or something?
The line in time.
He is not going to cross the line in time. That's going to be his lap. Enough for P2. And well, that's a little unfortunate for him. Everybody else in front of him has crossed the line in time. So our next driver will be Jared Seckham. Brian, start from the pits, Kurtzen, up to P6.
Can someone at least make sure that Victor knows he did not cross the line in time? That'd be great.
Yep. And apart from that, Michael Lukey.
Okay, they are okay, Victor. Apparently.
Crossed. All right.
All right.
There we go. This is Barrett. If the cameraman would like to follow. The cameraman's like, I don't know where to look.
Who knows?
Who knows things? So hang on, let's get back on board. So Jared Seckham, our next driver to cross the line, is gonna finish his qualifying with 3/10 down on his lap time, puts him in P9. Is that
Max
Tiago?
just came out of the last corner and gained 2/10 in the final corner to go up 6/10.
Oh my god.
And that's gonna jump him up to P16 overall.
Barrett up 5/10, puts him in P5 overall. Nick Mosley up almost half a tenth, is gonna move up 2 positions to P12. What else do we have? McSharpenberry, 8/10 up on his lap time, 1 corner to go. 7/10 up.
So Ryan apparently okayed the Victor Leachy ruling. So to be honest, we can't even argue it because we just get sued by Victor. So
fair enough. Well, speaking of Victor, he is. Oh, he's just doing an in lap because he came right behind all the pros starting their outlap. 55 liters is quali fuel, right? Yeah, 100%. 100%. For the guys on track, do not forget to put on your rain lights. Mike Jackson has it on.
yeah.
He's a sensible man. I like him. And Mike Jackson
And
will be our.
since he is crossing the line, you can just go ahead and since he told me not to.
What? Okay. Alright, let's do this. We
Just
have
right
an
back to right
onboard with Peppa the Pig. Let's get
The one and
into
only.
passenger view.
He specifically told me to not do an onboard, so why not just kill him the old-fashioned way? Good old-fashioned street stick.
You returning for the emote? Well, thank you for the sub. And a moist. Let's see. Do we even have emotes in here? Oh, we do. No, that's the better Twitch TV. I don't even know.
Yeah, we have the.
Oh, we have Tiago.
Yeah.
Of course. How could I forget? Ooh, getting real close to that wall over there.
Whoa. Alright, the fact that you actually decided to touch that curb.
That curb is... I don't know why you would touch it.
It's scary in the dry though on the wet.
Oh, yeah. So, decent elbow, but very respectful. They're very respectful of that apex. I'm having so much trouble talking when the...
Respect my apexes with Springberg.
Of course.
Exactly, bullet, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Joby, you're fast
the
as
mirror
shit,
did that Porsche just go into an extra high whine as it started like maxed out in 6th gear.
Well, we are coming across the first of our gold class lap times, and I've just noticed that Dominic Chaumont has opted not to take any laps in qualification, or has he just joined recently?
I don't know.
We have got a disconnection though. We were at 39 drivers earlier.
Buckwalter?
Ooh, was he? Oh, I assume he's not happy about the quali ban. Yeah, so our fastest driver currently on the track after the first round of hot laps is Danny Beisden. Followed very closely, just 2/10 off by Ed Kerstetter. And Carl Big in P3 currently almost 8/10 off of Danny Beisden, but improving just the same 8/10. 8.5 now coming out of the elbow. He's going to lose out on that exit though. I saw a little slide.
Rado's currently up 3/10 on his previous best. Kostovich also up 4/10.
Yeah, so a lot of drivers now.
Just came through the chase.
Let's see. Where's my favorite driver? Peter Hutch. Go inside you.
While it's moist.
There we go. We're a little bit inside of Peter Hutch. I just have to do this. Every time he's on, I'm sorry guys, but Hutch, take us through turn 1.
Carl about to cross the line.
Carl
is 1/10 off of Dan Beisden.
Oh, so he has lost too much time through that back straight with that slide coming out of the elbow. I see a yellow flag from Ed Kerstetter. Oh, he's just backing up? Is that it? Don't know. But from other drivers on track, so Peter Hutch has yet to put in a valid lap. He is currently sitting in P36. All that track and the golds are bunched up. Yeah. I mean, it could also just be trying to get slipstream too.
This is what we call tradition, Chris.
Ooh, a lot of... That's brave. That's brave from Carl. He's going all the way up into the grass. Oh, that's a little less brave than hitting the wall there. Sorry, Carl. I didn't mean to say it. He is not going to have enough time to get out again and get another lap on the board. So our next driver to cross the line will be Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson currently improving just a 10th. That should be enough to move up one position in front of Kelvin Lau. They're faster than you, so you don't know. What do you know?
As Greg just comes out of the dipper and is starting to head towards Forced Elbow, he is currently up, well, was up 3/10. Yeah, his exit is out of the elbow. About the same, so he's maintaining a 2.5 tenths up. Which would be enough, I think, to jump Joby for P4 overall.
Yeah, I do want to shout out Joby, P4 currently overall. What a lap. And Victor, our lawyer, getting some laps in. So Greg Billingsley, 3/10.
Had a lot of time left on the table as well.
Oh yeah, and he had like another 5/10 that we know he got and just lost. And so Greg is going to cross the line 3/10 up on his time. He's going to move him to P4. Still 6/10 off of Ed Kerstetter. Just everybody else kind of last lap was a red one. Kerstetter, yellow flag. I'm assuming he's just trying to line up one last run. He's right there at the end of the lap. Our current drivers on track, Luis, who has practiced a bit. Not Joby Proby.
Just
We're just gonna say Proby this whole stream.
Proby?
Yeah. Proby.
I mean, it sounded like he might have gotten alien probed with his lap times, apparently.
So as the timer is about to hit 0, this is everyone's final lap to put in a valid lap. And I don't think Danny is going to improve on his lap time, but he is still currently in P1. And from the looks of it, will remain in P1. The other drivers currently improving on their lap times. Greg Billingsley, halfway through the lap, with 1/10. Peter Hutch coming across, going into the chase, 2.5 tenths on his lap time, 3 corners to go. Will he do? P5 overall in the GTR, not the OP car, aka Ferrari. Lots of Ferraris, man, in silver class. Actually, all the Ferraris are in silver class. There's just 2 in and 2 in gold. And that is...
has reconnected. Oh, perfect. Awesome.
Okay.
Hopefully connection is good.
Connection issues galore. I don't know what's been going on with Kuno's server, with ACC in general.
I think last week definitely confirmed that it's not our servers. It's definitely a Kuno's thing. Just from what I've heard across various different people, is like it's definitely an issue, not just us.
Yeah, I've seen a few people have connection issues, and that is gonna be it from our gold drivers. Ed Kerstetter, the last person on track, currently 1.5 seconds down on his lap time, so guess he's just gonna practice a pit entrance, and that will conclude qualification. As we see our messages. Let's see. Can't click on drive. So that will be it for qualifying, guys. Let's go to the timetable. So we have Danny Baisden, Carl Begg, and Ed Kerstetter leading the gold class. Proby, Victor Leachy, and Kelvin Lau leading silver. And Bungay, Cosworth, and Wampler for our bronze class. Roll up on the messages. Let's see. And before I had a good start, this sucks. This is Reddit alert flag info.
Yes. So Chris did post this. So Chris is going to be in spectating as well. So if he deems that we do need a reflag, do need a red flag restart, he will be doing that. Basically just saying, hey, don't be dumb. If there's a large incident, we will restart the race. If we can't do it for a second time, then they have to do single file restart, which will still turn into a 3 wide, but at least we tried.
Ooh, and my phone just
Oh,
blowing up.
man.
Professionals, man. Professionals.
Unbelievable.
Well, that is gonna be it for our qualifications. So, as our drivers currently are doing their setups, let's just get this thing out of the way, shall we? Starting in first, Danny Baisden. Hang on, gotta do it this way. Danny Baisden, Carl Big, Ed Kerstetter, Greg Billingsley in P4, Proby, Kostovich, Victor Leachy, Mike Jackson, Andrew Rados, sorry, the Peppa car, and this is not the, sorry, that is the Pay car, and that is not the Peppa car. Unbelievable. Kelvin Lau, sorry, and then we have Luis Castro, Peter Hutch, Mike Lukey, John Barrett, Jeremy Story, Ryan Curtin, Paul Miles, sitting in P17. I would assume, so he's not doing too hot in silver class today. I hope that the race goes well for him. That's it's an hour. Anything can happen on the mountain. David Funk, sitting pretty far back in gold this time. I don't think he's having a good time with that Lambo on the mountain. Dylan Beveridge in P19, Jared Seckham for P20, Ryan Cody, Nick Mosley, Tiago Alves, David Chimilio. David Chimilio is over there. Dylan Sauer,
30 seconds.
Max Diggs, Bungay, Carlson, Bungay, right? I got it right.
Yeah, Bungay.
Felix Pyatt, Jameson Cusworth, McSharpenberry, Bruce Hopkins, Ryan Wampler, Connolly, Miller, Henry, we got King, and then at the end of the field we have Dominic Chaumont, Juan Alvarez, and Buck Walter with the qualification band will be starting at the back of the grid for today. So an hour of Bathurst ahead of us. We had a prediction earlier, I saw it pop up during the intro. Will we have a red flag? I hope not.
I hope not.
Hope
That's
not.
what we hope for.
Of course. We have slow hand Fred. That Fred is, of course, saying yes. It's a wet race. You're slow in the rain. Funk to Silver, he says. Nah, you'll do fine. It's gonna be a race of attrition. It always is here on the mountain.
Look at that sad Ferrari fan. Why is he smiling? Still hopium.
Just so everybody knows what we're talking about. There you go. Just sitting there.
He must be friends with Bullet and Big Boot.
Of course. oh, spaghetti.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
But you get paid?
Oh yeah, I hacked into your Twitch funds. It's all over.
Oh, shit. So as everybody is coming around the track for the formation lap, we're going to see them line up double file, and if it does not work, they will start in single file. Hopefully that does not happen. Anything can happen at the mountain. Honestly, one person losing it, cutting the grass a bit too much, will cause a ripple effect here. Especially at the start of the track, of the race.
100%. I will do my best to keep an eye on the field as we go along in the pre-cam on lap 1.
And let's see, the drivers starting to slow down. I see back of the grid is not caught up yet. Everybody getting in position. We'll follow the leaders as they come across the start-finish straight. It will be an hour of a moist mountain to go. I wonder how bad the spray is. We're gonna have to get some onboards later on.
100%. Probably early on because you want it as wet as possible.
Yeah.
A lot of the boys were theorizing that there could be a possible dry line with as many cars around the track.
Yeah, it is possible, definitely. And our race leaders coming across the final corner for the final time for the race. And it is green lights and all the drivers starting to make their way to
man, the
turn
spray.
1. That is a lot of spray.
Oh no. And Joby coming in hot.
We have
Greg Billingsley.
So we have seen one car go off. I see some 3 wide action going in the back. Let's see what's going on here. A Porsche on the side. Everybody just has to make it nice and clean for the first 2 laps, and then
up front. 2 wides, but we're giving space. You love to see it.
oh, that is a Porsche sideways. That is Max Diggs in the wall right as I move over to
It
him.
looked like he might have gotten squeezed.
Oh, that's gonna be unfortunate for Max, as he's probably gonna go straight to the pits, get his pit stop out of the way, and just get that done. Call it a day. But as everybody kind of single file now through the mountain, let's go on with our race leaders. Everybody starting to make it through Skyline. Oh, look at that. That looks amazing, man.
Totally playing exactly where I stopped it. Professional camera skills. But yeah, so far so good. Honestly, really clean start overall.
Don't jinx it.
Couple instances.
They're still braking at the chase.
That's true. Let's get to the chase.
Let's get to the chase. Get our drone there.
Fox Sports drone cam, but way better because there's this shit.
So as our race leaders come around the last corner, Joseph Kostovich right behind Joe Proby, and followed by Pete, gotta be in you, Hutchin. I see a move done by Jeremy Story and Michael Leakey come into contact. That's gonna be Story sideways. I can't click on him fast enough. A lot of avoiding action from the other drivers.
Yeah, a few people missing their braking points.
And there is a few positions being shuffled around as we go. A relatively clean lap 1. Love to see it. I really hope it does not devolve now in lap 2. Just a reminder for everyone on stream that is not racing with us but has been watching these. Our first lap has a double incident point, penalty point, and time penalty modifier.
I do have the first incident up here. It's going to be Joby. A full set. Oh. Okay, maybe this was not. Oh god.
Ooh.
This was actually initially caused by Victor. It looks like Victor.
Our lawyer.
Used Joby tapped. And
Well, we're not going to show that on stream. We can't incriminate our lawyer. And Adam Henry and Chris. So Adam Henry just making a move on Chris King. Was it Chris King? Charlie King. I'm so sorry. No red flags. Bullet wins. Frank loses. Sorry, Fred loses. I'm really bad with names today. My brain is half shut off. Ignore me, guys.
So it looks like Max got caught up with Greg trying to rejoin. His rejoin was fine. Caused Dave to. Oh.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
If Joey can pull up 666 on formation lap, going to the chase. Okay. Who's our 666 driver? That is. I haven't seen a 666 before.
Oh wait, that's not him. Hold on. Oh. Where'd he go?
We do have a yellow flag on the mountain. Ryan Wampler teleported to the pits. Paul Miles, a yellow flag coming out of the chase. Looks like he might have missed his braking there. It's not going to be the greatest for him. And a lot of position swaps as someone in P1. Oh no, it was their drivers teleporting to the pits, just suddenly seeming like they're P1 for everyone else. As our detective here is doing some work. Greg Billingsley in the Peppa car trying to make his way past David Chamilio. It doesn't look like that Porsche has the speed compared to the Aston in the drag race.
So, Chris asked, and I couldn't tell you what happened. He just was slow. He like fell all the way back to the back. And then, yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, that will need a talking. We're on board watching Peter Hutch trying to get around Mike Jackson. Is that, and Hutch with a little slide there. And the tap of the wall. Hutch. Don't do me like that, man. If I touch you, you can't touch the wall. Come on.
Oh.
What?
Dominic Chamon loses it going, looks like heading down Skyline. Able to get the car rotated.
Terrible spot to lose the car.
Yeah. But everything looks okay. Everyone got by.
Yeah, that hood not looking very happy there. A yellow flag for Hopkins as he comes out of the elbow. And
I think
Kelvin Lau getting past. Is that Jameson Cusworth going into the chase? Hard braking for... I forgot the name of that corner. That is the chase, isn't it?
Yes.
We're professionals, guys. Don't worry.
Professionals.
That is going to be 7 minutes. Hutch all the way at the back of Mike Jackson. A little tap, and that's going to take him out. Oh.
That was hard.
It's going to be Mike Jackson out of the race. Ouch. I don't have 8 monitors.
He only has 7.
That is Mike Jackson teleporting to the pits. He's not going to be happy about that. Oh, man. It was the lightest of taps that sent him sideways into the wall. I've not seen him leave the server yet. I assume he's just going to repair it and try and make the most out of it. But Hutch is not going to be... Hutch is going to get a slap for that.
For sure. So, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Greg Billingsley did not decide to go for the Giga undercut. Now that he's dropped all the way back, he could have done the lap 1 pit. Being open air, he has the pace to not really get caught by the leaders and be stuck as a passenger. And possibly could have undercutted a lot of people. But he just chose to stay out and stick to his normal game plan.
So I haven't really raced wet tires in the new physics update. I've not raced at all in the new physics update. Pit lane report, tensions are high in the race chat. I can imagine. There's been some incidents. Let's just take a quick peek at the incident count. We're roughly 12 registered contacts. I mean, I expected a lot more, if I'm honest. But I can understand. Peppa's car just gets bullied. They're trying to get on the outside of Dave Chamilio and just blocked off by the 603 car. 603 is David Miller. David is really just yielding position after position right now. He is a blue flag. Fair enough. Normal for a wet Bathurst, contacts in the wall. Bruce Hopkins, weren't you in the race? I thought I saw Bruce Hopkins in the...
I think, if I remember correctly from the last time I raced Bathurst with Bruce, we both do not fare well with the walls of Bathurst.
Fair enough.
It's a love-hate relationship. They love us, we hate them.
I noticed a position swap from Paul Miles and Nick Mosley, and Paul immediately kisses the wall by going into the Audi cutting right after that.
Braking marker for turn 1 is already gone.
Of course it is. But it's not a braking marker. It is a distance board. And I want everybody to remember that. A distance board should not be your braking marker, because it gets taken out more often than not.
And if you were in the practice servers with Victor and Luis, you would have had great practice without those boards.
Exactly. Beers and drop brown roost, they go hand in hand. They absolutely do. If this is a bad race for you, do not fret. You have 2 drop browns. And thank you for the follow to you, Segura.
Bullet Nicholas does pit lane boards, not other boards.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I was like, where's the baboon? And then I realized. Broken pedals.
But Thiago not really going to make a move on Greg. I don't know if that BMW is slower, if Thiago's just letting off, because he was right behind him on the straight a little earlier. And this is obviously not for class position, though.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Greg, I think you take the risk. You just box now. You're not going to get past an Aston in a Porsche. It's just not going to happen.
Speaking of box now, David Funk is in the pits. And so is Kelvin Lau.
Radio comes from the Billingsley garage. Push me, Thiago, push me.
I don't think he really wants a push. We've seen what has happened to Mike Jackson with a tiny push. And speaking of Mike Jackson, I just saw him come out of the pit, so he is on track. And I guess he's just going to try and get the minimum lap distance in, minimum race distance in, try and get some points out of it. Better to get the points. Oh!
Yep.
And Andrew Rados, can you get a replay of that just 10 seconds ago?
Did he kiss a wall?
Andrew Rados just going sideways. We caught him just in the corner of our eye there. Ow. 5 minutes of damage. Did Mike not do fuel when he fixed his car? Did he not? Oh, he did not clear his
oh no.
His mandatory pit. I guess if you teleport, does it not add fuel? And that was going into a before sunset for Rados, and a yellow flag from Charlie King. This is going to be a race of attrition, guys. This really is. All right, let's get that replay up on stream.
Oh my.
Can you play that one more time? Here is what happened to Rados. Eats that. That is not a curb you want to. That is a hell of a save. Wow.
Yep. The Peppa Pig underwear is imprinted on that wall at Sunset.
Just so everybody knows. Let's get behind the car. Where is it? Where is Rados? Andrew and I can't get. Here, I'm just gonna do this.
At least good thing he's got protection on the back-to-back tire.
That is protection for for Pepe. Milo has missed turn 1, and that lets Greg Bellingsley go through. Trying to catch up.
I didn't see where Greg made the pass on Dave at some point too. So.
Yeah, Greg has kind of been quietly for us making the passes. We didn't even see them. We're starting to see the first pits come out from everyone else on track. So, or guess we're just 15 minutes into the race. I wonder how much people are sweating in that race chat. Can we get a pit report of how much sweat has been collected in buckets so far, Chris?
We can get the eBay set up for it.
Gamer boys sweat. As Andrew Rados is trying to now making his way to Victor Leite. Victor, who we've seen yield the position to Hutch earlier, is also doing the same now to Rados. And that is going to be an easy path.
For everyone, Chris. So I do have the pass on Greg over Dave Chamilio heading into turn 1.
Heading into turn 1.
Chamilio actually gets a terrible exit out of turn 1. Greg manages to avoid him.
Good reaction by Greg there.
For sure. And then,
good reaction. And a yellow flag for Michael Luki, who's turned around at the final corner. Oh, you want to get that done as soon as possible. He smashes the wall. Oh, that's not good for him. Everyone's gonna now have to drive around him. Michael, get that thing turned around ASAP. He is gonna lose roughly 9 spots from that, unfortunately. Another 2. That is
yep, so
not
there's
good.
the replay right here. Just the Porsche loop on exit.
There's too much power in the wet on that final
He might have been okay,
corner.
but then he just slightly touches the curb that sends it completely over.
Unfortunate for Michael.
Dylan Beveridge has hit the wall heading into the cutting.
So,
Right, I love his team name, not gonna lie, the Less Cool Ford GT. So does this confirm my idea of how bad the back end of the Ferrari looks? That it looks like the Ford GT, it's Sid the Sloth's cousin?
I mean, he's turned on his hazards, I guess, to say I'm sorry for looking so bad.
Yeah, probably, you know.
Yeah, that car looks very sad right now. Yeah, so 17 minutes into the race, let's catch up with our race leaders. Danny Beisden still up in the lead, 2 seconds off of Carl Big. So Carl Big doing a lot better this round compared to last. Ed Kerstetter 2 more seconds behind Carl, so a little sandwich there for Carl going on. Kostovich 8 seconds behind Ed Kerstetter, and that is the top 4, followed by
Wampler is stuck.
Wampler is stuck. Oh, he's moved. So Kostovich in P4, followed very closely by Proby. 6/10 behind Kostovich. Joseph Kostovich. Okay, so the battle for the Josephs right now happening, not for any points, just for track position. This is fantastic.
Oh no!
And I just had to say it. Toby, why are you watching the stream while you're driving? Come on, man. The sexy Porsche.
Very place to have a Porsche. All right. I have the replay of Ryan Wampler.
We have that up on
Going over
screen.
Skyline. Mixes. Oh, I'm curious because he rotates the car somehow. Right here. Yep.
Oh no.
Curious moment. Gets tapped. I think that was McSharpenberry.
Oh, and everybody's now gonna have to drive.
Yep. Great. Sounds like there's great call-outs from the boys. And kudos to Ryan just holding his brakes and waiting. At this point, he's able to get at least out of the way somewhat.
Yep. Oh man, that is the worst spot. And turn around like that, you can't really do anything.
No.
Oh my god. He's just trying to get that thing turned around, smashing into the wall like I don't need this.
Kudos to Ryan on that one for sure.
Real good, yeah.
Big shout out to him for that.
And shout out to Ryan for, yeah, Ryan Wampler for holding his brakes there.
So Greg Billingsley was able to get around Mosley and now getting past Ryan Cody. So Billingsley, after the incident, turn 1 lap point is up to P12. He is dedicated to make sure that Pepe doesn't beat him.
I'm surprised he's decided not to do an undercut, to be honest. Wet tires do last. Dump the clutch and spin, honestly, does not really work there, Chris. I've tried it. It has happened, and it did not work. I just put myself more in harm's way. Our closest battle on track currently, Paul Miles, David Chimilio, and Dylan Sauer. Just a second separating them from each other. Tiago Alves jumping into the pits right behind them. B's headset is dying. That is not good for B. And speaking of B, he's just crossed a second away from Danny Bison, but now has a back marker in front of him. And that is going to really hinder his lap time there. As who's that?
Nick Mosley did just let Billingsley go by down the mountain straight into turn 2. So yeah, that's how he got that pass done.
All right.
So these boys are just letting Greg get by. Honestly, a good idea. Greg driving angry. It's an aggressive Greg.
100%. And the boys also know that, ooh, fighting different class does not yield you more points. Nick Mosley has eaten the wall. And that lets Paul Miles get through. Can we get a replay of exactly what happened there? I just saw a yellow flag for Mosley. Dylan Sauer very close behind now to Dave Jamilio. This is the closest battle on track. Everyone else is kind of spread out. A second to 9 seconds, roughly. Oh, let's see that.
Honestly, good save on Nick's part. Once you touch the grass here, you're praying to the mountain gods.
Oh my god.
The fact he was able to keep that car.
That is what I said of Carl's qualification time when he was brave enough to touch that grass, and then he ate it right after on the next corner. Okay. So far the mountain has claimed 3 lives, or is it 2 lives? I'm sorry. He started 39 or 40, I can't remember. Drivers. 39. So has claimed 2 lives, and it looks like we have Adam Henry and Carson Bungay in the pits. I'm assuming to serve their mandatory. Adam Henry has been in there for 4 laps. Or is 4 laps behind, I would assume, either repairing damage or just hanging out, waiting for the race to end.
Immediately into the pits.
Yeah. I don't really think he can deal with that damage.
So, to give you an idea on Greg's attempt to get back to the front of the field, he is running about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds quicker than the 4 cars ahead of him.
Yep. And as we watch, that is Jeremy Story try to get around Juan Alvarez, who is in a different class. So we saw a little bit of flash there, and then a good move by Jeremy Story. Juan is not really forced to yield position in that case, but they can obviously choose to. It's probably the best thing to do that.
Right now, currently our closest... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Heard over the Milo radio channel. Hey, Ryan, I'm back. to Paul, looking at Ryan, who we just saw past the camera there. Starting to make his way back. And who is that? We have our first of the top 10 hits. Joby with a car that looks really... I do wanna show this real quick. That is sad looking. That is really sad looking. Oh. Something happened. We just got a lot of position swaps. What just happened? Was that David Funk? I think David Funk just had a yellow flag.
Well, David Funk's in the pit.
And he is teleported there.
Oh, then yeah. I'm gonna go look into that. Yeah, the closest battle currently right now we have Dylan Sauer and Dave Chimilio. Oh, Dylan Sauer did at some point get the move done on Dave Chimilio. So.
Yeah, and I also just saw a quick. Oh, that is gonna be the wall for Ed Kerstetter. That is not good. I saw a yellow flag, and then going aboard with him, misses braking going into Skyline and eats the wall. That is a podium spot. He's now either gonna just have to nurse that damage and make it through to the end to get the podium, or he's just gonna go and repair the damage and probably lose a lot more time. Joseph Kostovich is 5 seconds behind him now after that incident. Brian Curzon. Oh.
Was that David Funk that had teleported?
That was Ryan Wampler. Oh my god, Wampler just completely sideways. Was that Milo getting past him right at the end there? Wampler teleports to the pits.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna put this one on full stream. Here we go.
No.
Let's see what happened.
Like this.
Oh, he just...
And that is David Miller, actually. It's kind of surprising.
Holy shit, indeed. I've never seen a car roll twice in the ACC, and we just watched that.
Wow.
I mean, this season is a season of first. We've seen a weird flip, and now we saw this. Yeah, he was stopped and then went forward. We saw that. I don't think he would have been able to avoid him regardless. With the yellows being waved, I think it might have just come up. But that is unfortunate. That is indeed uncharacteristic of Miller.
I agree.
We just saw Juan Alvarez eat the wall, letting our race leaders by, and that is Carl Big, a 10th behind Danny Bison. They must be both sweating buckets now. This is the race for the lead. Purposely took a really wide line. It's unfortunate, David.
Yeah. Oh, we have yellow flags.
We did have yellow flags.
Juan Alvarez. Yellow flag. Someone else went yellow briefly as well.
Juan Alvarez just getting moving there.
Oh,
enough time for Rados to slow down and avoid. And
maybe it was a good thing Rados said he took his pregame bathroom break.
You sure there's not enough shit left to drop? Our race leaders now in a fight. 32 minutes to go in the race. I would assume we're going to start seeing some pits coming from either of them in the next 2 to 3 laps. I do know that Carlo usually takes a dead center split on his pit stops.
Yep.
And that is another yellow flag. The mountain's really claiming lives today. Michael Lukey was heading back to the pits after he's already cleared his mandatory pit stop. And that is also Greg Billingsley getting past Brian Kurtzen.
Yep.
It's going to make it easy for him.
I think Brian might have thought about... I'm not sure if Brian was actually thinking about trying to defend it. Or didn't realize that Greg wanted to take that left side going down the straight.
I mean, it is for track position, so they can defend it.
Oh, for sure. So he gets around, so Greg back up to P10.
Greg back up to P10, and Proby now getting around Dave Chimilio after a long pit stop. That car still looks very sad.
Max Diggs loses it in turn 1, loops the Porsche into the wall,
and decides to litter on track. I don't think he took damage from that, did he?
Yeah, for sure, Chris. Huh?
Brian isn't going to try and defend from someone in another class? I mean... I mean, he can do it. Why not? I know I would.
Carl's starting to sniff a Porsche.
Carl has
A
been
lot of the
sniffing the
other
Porsche for a
pit
little bit.
stops are going on right now. Currently, the battle for P1 is our closest battle.
So the battle for P1, our closest battle on track. Lots of pit stops coming out now from the drivers lower.
As I say that, Danny
back in the
Bison is
field.
going straight to the pits right now, so
Yeah.
Carl is going to be the provisional leader.
Danny
See if he
Bison,
can throw in an absolute banger here to possibly overcut.
I believe he's going to pit the next lap.
Tiago under attack. He is. Tiago's just going to let him by, as Tiago's do.
Oh, come on, Tiago. Get those
One
sandbags out.
Where, you know, they gave, who was it, Luis shit the other day for not battling, or was it Victor? But yet this man continuously is just like, please sir, have my position. Yes sir, you may have it too.
It is the Tiago
I am
special.
so sorry for being in your way.
Where is our race leader? So, how big? Apparently, ooh, was that a tap of the wall there? Or was that just really close to it? Looks like he's going to be coming across a back marker that is a Audi, Juan Alvarez, and Dave Chimilia, who's just getting off. Oh, my God. That is terrifying.
Oh no. Oh.
Well, that's not what you want to see. Right in front of the race leader.
And that's going to benefit Ed Kerstetter.
You mean Danny Bison? So we're going to have to see if Chris comes into the pits this lap. Where will he come out? Danny Bison pitted at the best time for him. I think Carl might have wanted to do the same thing.
Definitely an oh shit moment by for Carl there. So Greg Billingsley in the pits, Milo, Dylan Sauer as well in the pits. So
I do want to say Josh Buckwalter, who has started with a qualification ban today, is up to P20. So he's already improved 19 positions. He's halfway through the silver class and climbing. Ooh, cameraman. And that is, so just as predicted, Carl Big is coming into the pits. Can you get a view on Danny Bison and let's see where they come out on track relative to each other?
so I have Danny Bison here. He is heading down the backstretch, heading into the chase.
And our battle for silver is brewing up. Everyone just 1 second away from each other, just almost
Yellow
in rage
flag
for
there
the
is
toe.
like, who was?
Ooh, we do
That's
have
gonna
Adam
come
Henry.
close out. Yep.
And let's get a
So
side
that
by
might
side.
have made things even with Carl's incident skyline, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
Might have, but Carl is just dropped off. Jack stands is starting to move, and we can see there Danny Bison just getting across, and that's going to be a few seconds.
From that skyline incident for Carl, unfortunately.
Definitely. So there's a lot of ground to make up now, and that is going to be 4.5 seconds behind Danny. So a 4-second drop off there from that incident, and he might have just missed his pit box. Who knows? Ed Kerstetter, who was P3 a bit earlier, is now in P12 attacking sorry, no, that's not Proby, that's Don Barrett. Take a screenshot. Victor is leading our provisional race leader, the lawyer, who we don't have any footage of any wrongdoings of. Leading the race provisionally. A move done there by Elvin Lau. Was that a back marker? I believe that is a back marker. He's trying to make his way around. No, that is Jared Seckham. I'm sorry for that. And a move done for the first corner of the lap. What was a bug? He put dry tires on? Are you serious?
Oh no. Or is this strap?
I mean, it does look slidey there. He is 10 seconds behind now, unfortunately. That is not going to fare well for him. I'm assuming he's going to pit back once more. No, there's no way. I don't think those are dry tires, are they? A yellow flag for Buckwalter.
Oh.
He's going back into the pits. That is dry tires for Carl Big, unfortunately. That sucks. Thank you,
Sounds good,
Chris, for helping out, for being there, for threatening the red flag. All the boys have been pretty cool today. And the battles are starting to brew up again. So Ed Kerstetter has a chance now to get ahead of Carl Big, who's now back in the pits for his dry tires. It's going to drop him a lot, though. He's going to lose a good 40 seconds off of it, and everyone in the top 10 is separated by less than 10 seconds from each other.
Ryan Cody going in for his pit, so that leaves just Victor, your provisional leader, the only one not pit.
So Victor, will we have a red flag start? Oh, that just got cleared. Ryan Connolly. Sorry, it says Ryan Ramsey. I'm so sorry. I've been butchering names all day. I've been saying different first names, different last names.
So after all that, Greg able to still cover. Ryan Cody actually almost overcut it, right? Greg did get around Carl as Carl had to go back into pits. So once Victor pits, Danny buys in P1, Joseph Kostovich P2, and then Joby will be P3 once Victor pits.
Very nice indeed. And we do have here a battle for the silver class. What is that, P5? A three-way battle from Paul Miles, Kelvin Lau, and Jeremy Story, all within a tenth of each other. That was super close going into turn 2. I do want to say these camera angles are really cool when there's so many close cars next to each other.
Yep. I believe Milo.
I believe. So Milo under attack, and he's just having to defend this. And at the same time, he's not very far back compared to Dylan Sauer. So just a second and a half and 2 seconds away from Thiago Alves.
And Victor officially in the pits.
So our final race leader in the pits, and he has the first pit stall. So Victor was there waiting for that server to come up, wasn't he? So back with our Carl Big, fastest lap of the race, P11 currently after a disastrous pit crew mistake. It's almost like he has the Ferrari crew.
Yep, Italian engineers.
I'm so sorry to see that, Carl. That is going to put him back behind Greg Billingsley. That is P7 in class, all the way down from P2, and that lets Kostovich go back to P2 in the race. And Ed Kerstetter, a little bit of breathing room after his what was that? That was a smash into the wall that he's taken. I don't know if he's... Yeah, he has repaired the damage, so he is now running the car completely clean. And is
now
just...
we have Milo and crew heading down the mountain straight, all within 2/10 of each other.
2/10 of each other. Do you see Kelvin Lau make a move? Ooh, runs him wide, and Milo's going to have to... Milo loses 2 spots as a result. Jeremy's story just says thank you very much. I'd like to go through.
And honestly, as the third person in that line, that's what you hope for.
That is what you hope for as as a third person watching these fights happen in front of you. Milo's now going to be hoping for the same to happen to Jeremy. I hope. I am sure of it. And he's probably going to be a little frustrated about the move, but that is the nature of racing. Again, this battle has been raging on now for a good 10 minutes. And lots of, honestly, honestly, this has been looking really good. I do see there was a contact registered though for that. I guess that will be reviewed in during our Tuesday sessions.
Tuesday night's best night.
So I wonder if it was a light tap or just Milo trying to turn in when Kelvin Law was already there in the corner.
Yeah, we'll take a look. You know, right now Danny buys them P1 13-second gap, so it's basically him in the mountain at this point. Like, his worst enemy is the track at this point.
The track and spun cars.
Whenever. Looks like. Oh no, Dylan Beveridge loses it in the skyline.
Oh, and we just cut to him spinning across the mountain. Careful, that is a scary rejoin for everyone coming across skyline.
Yeah.
That was McSharpenberry, wasn't it? No, that was another driver. 949. That would be Joseph Kostovich. Joseph Kostovich. Why did I say Joseph?
You can't English?
I'm thinking of Jason and Joseph. You know what this reminds me of? There's that one Reddit post of someone saying that they tackled someone in like some sport. Was it football probably? And they were trying to say, "I'm fucking sorry," and "Are you okay?" And that's the two things that went through their mind at the same time. And what came out of their mouth was, "Are you fucking sorry?" That's all I can think of when I say this dumb things like that. So this battle down here for P20, raging on, that is Ramsey Connolly holding up Brian Curzon and Joseph Jameson Cusworth. I'm saying everybody's first name wrong today. I apologize. I just see a J and I think Joseph. There you go. I said it again.
Yeah, so Connolly actually got the move done heading out of turn 1. And that's how he was able to pull away from Felix and Brian.
So a good job from him. I do want to say, look at this podium. Proby up in third.
With
holding
Hutch
off Hutch on his tail. So that unfortunate incident for Carl is going to let Joby take the podium provisionally if he can keep Peter Hutch at bay. And with all the practice that I've seen him do this week, that is a 100% deserved podium from this guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Hutch is gaining a lot in this race. Yes, he hasn't had the greatest of qualifications, but he's been chipping away at everyone else really slowly in this race, and he is now 0.3 away from a podium.
And so Jared Seckham, who is now in the Ferrari, by the way, he was in the Porsche. It was Max Dick's fault. And then he decided to switch cars. He switched to the Ferrari because I think he said that he was doing another league or an endurance or something in the Ferrari, and he just wanted to keep the cars the same. So he changed his team name to BOP Taurus, established 2023. Just checking out all of the OP cars. He does have Tiago, I'm sorry, Alves behind him. And Dylan, I'm stuck in Kansas Sour on his tail.
But I do want to say, though, with the BOP, the BOP for the Ferrari, it has been nerfed.
Oh my god.
That is a massive crash. Can we get a replay of that? Pearson completely smashed on the side before the Audi cutting. He's going to teleport to the pits, and I'm guessing that is the end of the race for him. I'm not too sure who else was involved in that.
So it was Mosley had died. And he was all the way up against the wall, and I think...
Get a replay of that. Nick Mosley, a yellow flag. He spun. Ooh.
Oh. What happened?
Oh, that is going to be
Link's fine.
Juan Alvarez smashing into Mosley.
Oh, curb.
And that is 2 casualties now. That Audi's looking terrible right now.
And then there's Ryan Croissant. Oh, my.
Yeah, Juan is not going to be able to drive that thing back to the pits. He's going to have to pull over and teleport.
Brian just didn't know he was there, I guess.
Oh, can you go back again?
There's no way.
Is it the spray?
No yellow flags. What? Yeah, no yellow.
No yellow. Oh. Oh my God. That is not what you want to see. And too much spray to do anything.
Yep, you don't see it.
Oh, that sucks.
My.
And immediately after, it was Nick Mosley with another yellow, and we have another contact. It looks like between Kevin Lau and Dylan Sauer. Sauer has teleported to the pits, and Kelvin Lau is still sideways, almost beached at the exit or in the apex of turn 2. Lots of casualties starting to come out now.
Fine, starting to get to the end of the race. So let's see what happens here.
We have the replay up.
Yep,
Tiago
here. So Kevin Lau's behind Story, goes on the outside. Dylan Sauer on the inside. Story tries to make the move on the inside. Kevin Lau just loops it.
Just loops it, trying to kind of avoid that. Oh, that is not what you want to see. You do also want to look at Juan Alvarez going into... what was that? McPhillamy? Got the corner names right? I think. How big?
See, it
that
would be
car?
right here. Let's see.
And there was a spun Nick Mosley and a complete smash for Juan Alvarez. Not what you want to see on the mountain. And there were yellow flags, however, this time. So I'm sure that will be a penalty for Alvarez.
The other problem too is Alvarez is he hits the curb too, so he can't even.
Just a car looking backwards. That is not what you want to see on the mountain, especially in that corner. And
Mosley just loops it on himself. That's a horrible spot to be stuck at, though.
How?
Hey, you guys, car turned around though.
So the mountain claims yet another victim, and our driver count is down to 33 from 39. Carl makes his way around Billingly. I'm sorry?
I was literally just about to say that. So we're good.
So we've been kind of watching in the background here, Carl and Greg Billingly. Carl making his way around him. His right side not looking too hot there. You're gonna need some polishing, a little bit of it, and that is Carl with one more spot in gold and more contact on the wall. He's really nursing a lot of damage right now. 11 minutes to go. We're gonna see what he's gonna be able to do. Hutch making a move on Proby, going into turn 1. And they go side by side through turn 1. That is extremely close. A good exit from Hutch. Enough for Joby to... Not enough for him to keep the lead, but he's going to have... Thiago Burr, let's see it. Let's see the helicam.
Side by side, I have Jared with Jeremy's Story on his hind tail, heading down into the chase.
Joby is going to back off from that. Let's go to Jeremy Story in Jared second. Going into the chase, Jeremy Story, late break, trying to make the move, misses his braking and is going to have to rejoin the track. a lot worse off than before, so he's going to try and catch up and make the move again. That is going to let Tiago get within attacking range, but we know is not going to make the move. I thought he was... Right as I'm saying that, I see just the cars start to come into the screen. Tiago. Let's get a bumper cam. Or passenger cam. There you go. That's a better representation of what it's like to drive on the mountain tonight. Not the greatest visibility, eh?
Yeah, even in the, I would say this is like medium rain.
Yeah, this is medium
You know,
rain. This is not our last season's Indianapolis race, which, by
That
the
was
way,
best content.
was a fantastic race. It was great to watch. I don't care what anyone says.
Also, wasn't it our cleanest?
It was fairly clean, yeah. Not
There's a
clean.
lot of spins, but not a lot of contact.
Yeah. Our cleanest
We do
race
have-
ever, believe it or not, guys, was a Bathurst race. Which
Dave
it was.
Chamilio. Oh, Greg just had his life flash before his eyes.
Dave Chamilio sideways. I saw a yellow flag for Bungay, and Dave Chamilio has teleported to the pits. 10 minutes to go in the race. That's not what you want to be seeing right now. Last season, Indy was not clean. There were a few incidents, but we're saying relatively. All right. And a yellow flag for Kelvin Lau. He's just pulled over and is teleporting back to the pits. I believe he's done with the race.
So Chamilio misses his
Hang on, can
braking.
we go back?
Oh.
Can we go back again?
Yeah, so he misses his braking point, and it looks like the car just gets majorly unsettled once he gets back on track.
Oh. Yeah.
And look how close.
Oh, and that is going to be another driver trying to avoid him right behind him, isn't it? Through all the cameras. All right, let's get that view going. At the start, anyways. Yeah, maybe. I mean,
He fit that pig in the perfect spot.
oh my god. Oh my god. Why are we here?
Why is it wet?
And we lose yet another driver, another disconnect. So Dave Chamilio has left the race, and that leaves us with 33 drivers on track.
Ed Kerstetter catching Luis.
Yeah. I did want to... Yeah, Ed Kerstetter catching Luis, and that gap is closing really quickly. Who is that on the side? That's not looking very good. Is that Dylan Beveridge?
I believe so.
Dylan Beveridge. Yeah, that is Dylan Beveridge. We're seeing a lot of damage on that Ferrari. Just trying to get around the track. Make sure he doesn't cause any more issues or more damage to himself.
Tiago's still keeping up with Jeremy right now.
Yeah. Apparently the closest battle on track is Ed Kerstetter and Luis Castro. This is for P5 in class. And yeah, so Ed is really looking forward to getting back on the higher positions in gold after that disastrous smash that we've seen him have. Where was it? It was at the Dipper, I believe. He gets the toe off of Luis. Don't think he's gonna have enough space to make the move. He's gonna have to get back behind. That was almost an attempt. Trying to sniff there. I do want to go back to Indy and just say it was a really fun race to watch.
100%.
and I'm not gonna lie, I know I would have had a blast driving in there. Probably not the best drive, but a blast. Definitely.
I remember how many of the guys were like, I am so tired after that race. everyone was so exhausted.
That is our workout. Our only workout of the week.
Yep.
Yeah, so look at the drive that Ed gets out of the dipper, and he's gonna miss his braking and smash into the wall. He loses it, trying to make him move around the outside on the corner before the dipper. That's not the best spot to make a move happen. That was a rough
I wonder
one.
if maybe the dirty air of the Aston caught him off guard a little bit there.
No, I saw him get like such a good run out of the dipper, and it just looked like he really wanted to make that inside corner go. Doesn't look like a move you can really get done though. So we are 5 minutes to go, and Danny Byston is still leading the race by 15 seconds. So 15 seconds to chill for Danny. He can take it slow. I don't think there's anything he can really do but smash the car to lose this pole. Joseph Kostovich.
There said that, not me.
Or, I mean, he could just disconnect. That can happen. We've seen a few drivers have disconnection issues. Ed Kerstetter, again, within a tenth of Luis. He is going to try and make the move, and that is contact. Misses his braking and gets into contact with Luis. Luis just enough space to make it out, and that is his wheel is also disconnected. And that is a return pits for Ed. Carl gets the spot once more. That's not what you want to see. That was it almost looked like it was not intentional as well. It looked like he tried to move over, fake it, and then just brake too late and just dove to the inside. And that has been your favorite detective. I hope. Not the one that's looking at the replay now.
Let's see here. This is oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very late braking. Completely missed the braking mark.
Carl did pit Chris.
Yeah. Carl pit the
And honestly,
immediately.
Luis almost avoided it.
Luis saw it coming and just kept wide, but still got a little hit. A little bit of damage there for Luis, but he knows how to stay alive. Carl has no audio.
Oh, his headset died.
Oh my god.
That's right.
Oh my
His
god.
headset was dying. This is why I keep my charger close enough to, even if I can at least get it plugged in on a pit stop.
Oh my god. That is not the greatest of days for Carl, especially considering last week was also not the greatest for him, with a random disconnect and some damage from a Dragon Ball Z teleporting Nick.
Yeah, Chris, I'm gonna probably make that switch if I can on my next round of headset.
Ooh, who is that going off track? In the background, Carson Bungay misses his braking points going into the chase completely, and is gonna have to make his way back on track there. A clean rejoin from him, and
So battle's starting to form here.
yeah.
Senior Pepe has getting close to Proby here.
I don't have to worry about wired headphones or wireless headphones. I just have the speakers on my VR headset, and they're good.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about it because he's strapped in.
Yeah, and I got my seatbelt on.
Yeah. It looks
Always.
like Sharpenberry's gonna let them by.
Final lap from the leader, and it is a move done by Jeremy Story going into the cutting on Jared Seckham. That was a good move. That was a really good move.
Optimal passing corner is definitely the cutting.
Is that sarcastic?
No.
I don't believe you. That sounded sarcastic to me.
Men with balls make passes in the cutting, right?
Yeah, that is a move and a half. really good job on the story for keeping that clean. It is ballsy, but it's kind of we either both die or I get the spot.
Yep.
And he got it done. With
Question
one
is,
lap to go.
Can the GTR burr enough to keep Story from
Yeah,
getting
so
around Ryan as well?
he is already immediately a second away from second and 2/10 or 3/10 away from Ryan Cody now. He's gonna, I would assume he's gonna try and brake late going now into the chase. Look at that gap close. He's gonna take the outside line. Oh, and there's contact.
If you want to do, oh no, Ryan.
Ryan did go
Good save
off
by
track
Ryan,
as
actually.
well, but there was contact, wasn't there? There was contact registered. Yeah.
We got looped. If you
So
want to
that
do
is
side by side, I
unfortunate.
do have Raditz trying to catch Joby here on the final lap for P4 overall.
So that is going to be the end of that battle, unfortunately. A little too much speed from Jeremy. And yeah, and Ryan trying to get back on track from going super wide there. Contact registered. We'll definitely be reviewing that. And unfortunately, that looks like it's going to be a penalty for Jeremy Story.
Yeah. Greg keeping Carl honest right now.
So Barrett. Oh, we've completely missed this. Danny Bison wins the race. a very quiet race for him after Carl.
We're channeling our inner Formula One.
Wait, are we strolling? Hang on, let me get the best stroll driver. There we go. Danny Bison wins the race. Joseph Kostovich gets P2, and Peter Hutch, who I believe has started in P7 in class in qualifying, gets P3. That is the podium spot for him. Proby wins silver class ahead of Andrew Rados. And Luis Castro now coming across the line. DB52 the GOAT. Oh, that's Danny Bison. Took me a second.
Looks like Greg is not going to get the move done here. Carl Big will hold him off.
Carl Big holds off Greg Billingsley. Carl Big moving up a few spots after his tire woes. That is an unfortunate result for him, considering how well he was doing. And that is going to be it for our top leaders, our podiums, our Danny Bison. Sorry for that. With the turn 2 donuts. Luis just passing by. Gillen. Our race leaders for silver class: Joseph Savage, Victor Leitchi, and Barrett. I believe Leitchi will probably not hold on to that spot though. After we review on Tuesday, unfortunately. We have seen nothing. He's our lawyer in either way. And a bronze class driver, Ryan Connolly, who is leading by a whole lap due to track position compared to the race leader, is going to cross the line and take the bronze win, followed by Charlie King immediately behind, one lap down on him, and Juan Alvarez, who has had a rough time there on the mountain. Yeah. A really good race there. A few incidents, not too many, if I'm completely honest with you. Some unfortunate deaths, I'm gonna say.
The mountain one.
Yeah, it's a mountain race. Always gonna be that way. I believe Luis is probably still on track, isn't he? Get that. And that is going to be it for our race here tonight on the mountain. We did not have to red flag this one. And we started with 39 drivers on track. I'm proud of everyone.
we threatened with the Chris Turner, no red flag.
We need to threaten with Chris Turner all the time. Thank you for the
Yep.
follow, Butcher Pete. Y'all see my back wheel spin out in the curb too? I'm not too sure. When was that? We probably did see it if it was close to another fight, if it was close to another driver. And I'd say those cars are looking really dirty there after an hour on the mountain. As we watch. Who is still on track? Thiago Alves coming in for his cooldown lap. Let's put it on him. Yeah. So that was definitely a race. Obviously, the positions currently not final. We'll get the final timetables up. So
And Ferris, we definitely went to moto racing.
we definitely went what? Motor racing? Motor racing? We're going motor racing. Bunch of fucking wankers, yeah?
You don't fuck smash my door.
Just for everyone that doesn't know. Don't worry about it. And that will be it for us today on the mountain. Thank you guys so much for coming along. He can go motor race with you, no problem. Jared, yeah, go smashing that BMW. I don't think he likes it too much. It's an ugly car, we know.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, Tiago? Step one, acceptance.
And with that,
Bossman has said it. Play that outro.
Play that outro. We will leave you with our intro video that we're playing as our own outro. And see you next week, guys. Bye.
No. Next week we're off.
Oh,
Aren't
do
we?
not see you next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Valencia.
One of us is paying attention.